Chosen one, shift your focus inward and silence every thought of worry right now. You are not late. You are being positioned. The reason God has kept you in the dark, feeling isolated and confused, was not to punish you. It was to hide you. You have been under a divine gag order because the secret God is about to reveal would have been destroyed by the enemy if it was released one day sooner. But the protection period is over. The silence is broken. God is interrupting your reality to download a truth that will shift not just your bank account, but your entire bloodline. Open your spirit to receive. It is finally happening. Listen to me. You did not click on this video because of an algorithm. You are not here because you were scrolling aimlessly. You have been summoned. There is a spiritual appointment on your calendar that you did not write down, but heaven did. For the last few weeks, you have felt a strange pressure, a feeling that the walls are closing in, a sense that you are waiting for a train that never comes. You have asked God, why is it so quiet? Why does it feel like my prayers are hitting a glass ceiling? I am here to tell you that the ceiling is about to shatter. The Bible says in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." That word, certainly, is your anchor today. The delay was not a denial. The delay was a setup. God has been holding back the waters of your destiny behind a dam, letting the pressure build up, because when he releases it, he wants it to be a flood, not a trickle. But why today? Why now? Why did God wake you up or keep you awake to hear this specific message? There are 3 specific reasons God chose today to reveal this, and the third reason will make you shiver because it confirms everything you have suspected about your life since you were a child. Let's talk about the first reason. It is the logic of your hidden season. You look at your life right now and you see blockage. You see friends who stopped calling. You see opportunities that fell through at the last minute. You feel like you are walking through mud while everyone else is running on pavement. You have cried out, "God, have you forgotten me? Am I being punished?" No, you are not being punished. You are being quarantined. This is the quarantine of protection. Imagine a mother in the wild. When she senses a predator nearby, a wolf or a lion, she does not let her child run free. She grabs the child. She pulls them into a dark cave. She might even cover the child's mouth with her hand to stop them from making a sound. To the child, the darkness feels scary. The hand over the mouth feels like suppression. The child thinks, "My mother is hurting me." But the mother knows the truth. She is not hurting the child, she is hiding the child. She is making the child invisible until the danger passes. That is exactly what God has done to you. The rejection you felt, that was God's hand covering you. The job you lost, that was God pulling you into the cave. The relationship that ended abruptly, that was God making you invisible to the wrong people. Psalm 27 verse 5 says, "For in the day of trouble he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock." You were hidden in the tent. It was dark, yes. It was lonely, yes. But you survived. Close your eyes for a second in your mind. Just imagine a giant, glowing hand lifting off of your life right now. That pressure you felt was protection. But now the hand is lifting. The predator has moved on. The coast is clear. But this begs the question, if you had to be hidden so carefully, If God had to go to such extreme lengths to cover your tracks, who was hunting you? The enemy knows something about you that you don't even know yourself. He has been tracking your bloodline for generations, waiting for the one who would break the cycle, and he identified you. That is why your life has been so hard. That is why you have faced attacks that seem bizarre and unfair. But how do you know for sure that this shift is happening right now? How do you know I am not just saying nice words? Because your body and your spirit have already been telling you. We are going to do a diagnostic right now. I am going to list 3 specific somatic symptoms. These are physical and spiritual signs that the veil is thinning. I want you to mentally check these off. If you have felt these, do not be afraid. It is just your spirit reacting to the shift. Symptom number 1 is unexplained fatigue and heaviness. I am not talking about being tired from work. I am talking about a deep, heavy exhaustion that sleep does not fix. You wake up tired. You feel like gravity is stronger around you. This is not depression. This is a download. When a computer updates its operating system, it has to slow down. It has to restart. Your spiritual DNA is upgrading to handle the new level of blessing coming your way. Your old energy cannot carry your new assignment. So God is rewiring you. Symptom number 2 is sudden disconnection. In the last 30 days, have you felt a sudden urge to withdraw? People you used to love talking to suddenly feel draining. Conversations feel shallow. You just want to be alone. You thought you were becoming antisocial. No. Isaiah 48 verse 6 says, "From now on I will tell you of new things, of hidden things unknown to you." You cannot hear the new things if you are still listening to the old voices. God is cutting the cords. He is creating a vacuum of silence so he can speak the secret into your ear. Now, listen carefully. Symptom number 3 is the most important one. If you have this, pay attention. Symptom number 3 is a sense of urgency mixed with anxiety. It is a feeling in your stomach, a fluttering, like something huge is about to happen, but you don't know what it is. It feels like you are forgetting something important. It feels like impending doom, but it is actually impending arrival. It is the sound of the king's chariot approaching your house. The vibration is shaking your spirit before the chariot even arrives. If you have that third symptom, take a deep breath. Stop fighting the feeling. That anxiety is actually your spiritual radar picking up a signal. It is proof that the barrier between you and your destiny is paper thin. It is proof that the veil is dissolving. And right behind that veil is the answer you have been screaming for. But what is it? What is the specific secret God has been hiding behind that curtain? In the next part, I will show you exactly what secret is lying right behind that veil, and why the enemy is terrified that you are about to see it. So, what is behind the veil? What is the secret that God has been hiding from the world to save it for you? You might be thinking it is a lottery win. You might be thinking it is a sudden check in the mail. And while financial overflow is absolutely part of it, if you think this is just about money, you are thinking too small. God does not just want to give you cash. He wants to give you restitution. There is a massive difference. A blessing adds to what you have. Restitution pays back what was stolen from you. The secret God is revealing today is that He is activating the law of divine restitution over your life. Look at the last 5, 10, maybe even 20 years. What did you lose? You didn't just lose money. You lost time. You lost relationships. You lost your youth worrying about bills. You lost your peace of mind fighting battles that did not belong to you. The enemy thinks he got away with it. He thinks that time is gone forever. But God says in Joel chapter 2 verse 25, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust, the other locusts, and the locusts swarm my great army that I sent among you. Did you hear that? God is not just paying you back for the money, He is paying you back for the years. The secret is that God is about to compress time for you. What takes normal people 10 years to achieve, you are going to do in 10 months. God is restoring your rank. This is what I call the restoration of rank. You have been treated like the tail, but you were born to be the head. You have been the borrower, but you are shifting into the lender. This secret is the restoration of your spiritual authority that forces the physical world to obey you. When this secret fully activates, you won't chase opportunities. Opportunities will hunt you down. You will walk into rooms and the atmosphere will shift because you are no longer walking as a victim. You are walking as a commander of the blessing. But listen to me closely, because this is where it gets dangerous. The enemy does not mind if you get a little bit of money. He can handle you having a new car. He can handle you having a nice house. But he cannot handle you having your rank back. He cannot handle you knowing who you truly are. Why? Because a rich victim is still a victim. But a chosen one who knows their authority is a weapon of mass destruction against the kingdom of darkness. That is why he prefers you to be comfortable but blind. He would rather give you a small promotion to keep you quiet than let you step into this massive destiny. But because you are watching this, the jig is up. You are waking up to your rank. And this brings us to the second point, which explains exactly what has been happening to you in the last 72 hours. This explains the enemy's panic mechanism. If you look at your life recently, it feels like all hell has broken loose. The car broke down. The kids are acting up. Your spouse is picking fights over nothing. Your computer crashed. It feels like you are being attacked from every direction at once. You are asking, why is this happening right now? Is this a bad omen? No, it is a confirmation. In the military, you only bomb a target that is strategic. The enemy is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you right now because he is in a panic. He sees the angel of the Lord bringing your delivery, and he is trying to create a smokescreen to make you look away. Isaiah 59 verse 19 says, When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. The intensity of the attack is proof of the magnitude of the blessing. The enemy is trying to break your focus. He wants you looking at the flat tire so you miss the open door. He wants you arguing with your family so you miss the divine download. He is frantic. He is terrified. He knows that if you take one more step forward, you cross a line of no return. So, he is using a very specific technique to stop you. He is using a frequency jammer. He is broadcasting noise into your spirit to drown out God's voice. That is why your mind feels so cluttered right now. That is why you can't focus. He is trying to jam the signal. But now that you know it is just a jammer, you can tune it out. You can look at the chaos and laugh, because you know it is just a distraction. But there is another trap. It is a trap that has caught so many chosen ones right before their breakthrough. It is the trap of looking for validation in the wrong place. I call this the delusion trap. As you step into this new rank, as you start to believe in this secret, people around you are going to look at you like you are crazy. They will call you delusional. They will say you are dreaming too big. They will tell you to be realistic. And if you are not careful, you will believe them. You will think, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I should just settle. Stop. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27 tells us, "But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong." Being called crazy by the world is a badge of honor in the kingdom. Noah looked crazy building a boat in the desert until the rain started. You look crazy believing for this massive shift until it manifests. Do not try to explain this secret to them. They cannot understand it because they do not have your DNA. They are operating on a different operating system. Trying to explain your destiny to a dormant soul is like trying to explain color to a blind man. It frustrates you and it confuses them. I want you to do something right now, right where you are. You don't need to move. I want you to use your imagination. Visualize a thick, soundproof glass wall rising up around you. See it shimmering in your mind. On the other side of that glass are the doubters, the haters, the people who told you to be realistic. You can see their mouths moving. You can see them laughing or shaking their heads, but you cannot hear them. Their words bounce off the glass. Inside your wall, it is quiet. It is peaceful. It is just you and God. You are safe in here. Their opinions cannot touch your destiny. Feels better, doesn't it? That silence is your power. But hold on, because while you have blocked out the external noise, there is something else. Something far more dangerous than a skeptical neighbor or a jealous co-worker. The greatest danger to this secret is not coming from outside the glass wall. It is coming from inside. There is a self-destruct mechanism, a hidden program running deep in your own subconscious mind. I call it the ancestral break. It is a limitation that was passed down to you through your bloodline, and it has stopped every person in your family from crossing this threshold for generations. You are about to face the final boss, and if we do not disable this break in the next few minutes, everything God is giving you could be lost. We need to go into your spiritual DNA and pull the fuse. You see, we have to talk about this ancestral break because of what God is doing with time right now. If you were driving a car at 20 miles per hour and you tapped the brake, it would just be a gentle stop. But God is about to strap a rocket engine to your life. He is initiating a spiritual phenomenon known as time collapse. If you hit the brake when you are moving at the speed of light, you don't just stop, you crash, you disintegrate. This brings us to the first major revelation of this section, the collapse of time. You have been complaining that things are moving too slowly. You feel like you are behind schedule compared to your peers. But the secret God is revealing is that He operates outside of your chronological clock. He operates in Kairos time, divine, appointed time. And the scripture is clear about what happens when Kairos hits Chronos. Amos chapter 9 verse 13 gives us the blueprint for this acceleration. The days are coming, declares the Lord, when the reaper will be overtaken by the plowman and the planter by the one treading grapes. New wine will drip from the mountains and flow from all the hills. Do you understand the physics of that verse? Usually you plow, you wait months, and then you reap. But God is saying the acceleration will be so violent, so fast, that before you can even finish planting the seed, the harvest will be hitting you in the back. The timeline is folding in on itself. God is condensing 10 years of blessings into 10 days. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8 reminds us, "But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day." This is not just poetry. This is a formula. God is preparing to download 1,000 years of kingdom impact into your life in a single day. This is the quantum leap you have felt coming. That is why the pressure has been so high. But here is the danger. Here is why I told you to be careful. Acceleration creates G-force. When a pilot flies a jet at supersonic speeds, their body has to be trained to withstand the pressure, or they will pass out. Your spirit is about to hit supersonic speed. But if your internal operating system is still running on the old software of fear and hesitation, your system will crash. To withstand this velocity, your spiritual body needs an upgrade. You cannot enter a quantum season with a linear mindset. And the thing that is threatening to crash your system is that ancestral break I mentioned earlier. Let's identify it right now. This is not just a bad habit. This is biology. Science calls it epigenetics. The Bible calls it the iniquity of the fathers. Exodus chapter 20 verse 5 speaks of the sins of the fathers being visited upon the children to the third and fourth generation. This means that the trauma, the fear, and the poverty mindset of your grandfather are literally recorded in your cellular memory. You are not just fighting your own doubts, you are fighting the ghosts of your bloodline. Think about your family history. Is there a pattern of almost making it, but then losing it all? Is there a pattern of sudden illness right when success comes? That is the ancestral break. It is a safety mechanism your ancestors developed to survive. Maybe they lived in a time where being visible was dangerous, so they coded a command into their DNA, stay small to stay safe. You inherited that code. Even though you want to be great, your DNA is screaming at you to hide because it thinks success equals death. That is the internal conflict you feel every day. It is a war between your prophetic destiny and your genetic history. But today, the cycle breaks. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one chosen to rewrite the code. However, to rewrite it, you must identify the specific lie that powers this break. Every bloodline has one master lie that holds them captive. For some, the lie is, money is evil. For others, it is, we are not lucky people. But for the chosen one, the lie is usually much more subtle. The lie your bloodline believes is this: if I receive too much joy, something bad will happen to balance it out. That is the lie blocking the flow. You are afraid to be fully happy because you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are self-sabotaging because you are trying to control the pain before it happens. But we are going to delete that program right now. We are going to perform an environmental detox of your mind. I want you to engage in a mental action with me. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. It does not matter. I want you to imagine your mind is a white room. Right now, that room is cluttered with old furniture, dusty chairs of regret, broken tables of fear, and piles of trash left by people who hurt you. This is the clutter that the enemy hides behind. Now, I want you to imagine a holy wind blowing through one side of the room and out the other. Romans chapter 12, verse 2 commands us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." That word, renewing, means to renovate. We are renovating the room. Take a deep breath in. As you inhale, imagine that wind sweeping up all the dust, all the cobwebs of, "I am not enough," all the debris of, "It's too good to be true." Now, exhale slowly. Visualize all that gray smoke leaving your body. Watch it dissolve into nothingness. Do it one more time. Inhale the light of truth. Exhale the smoke of the past. Feel that? The room is cleaner. The heavy atmosphere is lifting. You have created space. You have evicted the squatter called fear. You have neutralized the ancestral break in your mind. The signal is clear. The frequency is pure. But listen to me, chosen one. We have cleaned the spiritual house, and that is a massive victory. But we are not done, because you are a spirit living in a physical world, and your physical environment matters. You might have cleared your mind, but what about your actual house? What about the bedroom you sleep in? The Holy Spirit is highlighting something very specific to me right now. There is an object in your home, or perhaps an open gate in your physical environment that is acting as a beacon for the enemy. You have prayed for peace, but you are keeping a portal open that invites chaos back in every night. You need to know what this is, because until you close this physical gate, the secret blessing cannot land in your lap. Let's walk through your house together in the next section. We have cleared the mental room, and we have checked the physical environment. Now, we must arm you for the immediate battle. You might be thinking, if God has released the blessing, why hasn't it arrived yet? Why does it feel like for every 2 steps forward, I get pushed 3 steps back? This brings us to the most subtle and dangerous enemy in the chosen one's life. It is not failure, it is not poverty, it is the spirit of delay. You need to understand the military strategy of the enemy. He knows he cannot stop God's promise. What God has spoken, no demon in hell can veto. So, since he cannot cancel the destination, he attacks the transportation, he attacks the timeline. He sends the spirit of delay to act as a resistance force. His goal is to make the journey so slow, so frustrating, and so exhausting that you give up on the promise before you arrive. He wants you to die in the wilderness, waiting for the milk and honey. We see this clearly in the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verses 12 and 13. Daniel prayed, and the angel said, "Since the first day that you set your mind to gain understanding, your words were heard, and I have come in response to them. But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Did you catch that? The prayer was answered on day 1. The dispatch was immediate, but there was a spiritual blockade in the second heaven that caused a 21-day delay. This is exactly what is happening to you. The contract is approved, but the paperwork is lost. The money is sent, but the bank transaction is flagged. The meeting is scheduled, but the person reschedules 3 times. This is not bad luck. This is spiritual interception. The enemy is trying to wear you down. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 12 says, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life." The enemy wants to make your heart sick. He wants you to get so tired of waiting that you settle for a counterfeit blessing just to get relief. But today, we are going to break the spine of this delay. You don't need to fight this with physical effort. You cannot hustle your way out of a spiritual delay. You fight this with a decree. I want you to engage your spirit right now. You don't need to move your hands. Just use your imagination. Visualize a silver cord connecting you to your blessing, your house, your healing, your restoration. Now, visualize a dark, muddy hand holding onto that cord, pulling it back, creating tension. That is the spirit of delay. In your mind, I want you to see a sword of light in your hand. This is the sword of the Spirit. With one swift motion, I want you to slash down on that muddy hand. Cut it loose, command it, let go. Feel the snap of the cord as the tension releases. The blessing is snapping back toward you like a rubber band. You have severed the tether of delay. But now that the blessing is rushing toward you, you must protect it. And the only weapon that kills delay permanently is a combination of speed and absolute silence. This brings us to the most critical strategy you will learn today. It is called the protocol of silence. If you want to know why your past plans failed, why your past excitement turned into embarrassment, it is usually because of one fatal error. You talked too soon. You violated the security protocol of heaven. Let's look at the first chosen one who made this mistake, Joseph. Genesis chapter 37 verse 5 says, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. Joseph wasn't wicked, he was naive. He thought his family would be happy for his elevation. He didn't understand that his promotion highlighted their stagnation. By showing them his coat of many colors, by telling them his dream, he gave them the ammunition they needed to throw him in a pit. Listen to me, chosen one. Your mouth has been your greatest enemy. You have a good heart. You want to share your joy. You want to include people. But you are casting your pearls before swine, and as Jesus warned in Matthew 7-6, they will trample the pearls and then turn and tear you to pieces. The enemy uses monitoring spirits, spiritual spies that operate through the people around you to gather intelligence on your next move. When you announce, I'm starting this business, or I'm buying this house, you are broadcasting your coordinates to the enemy. You are telling him exactly where to set the trap. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 23 advises, those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. In this season of rapid acceleration, you must move like a ghost. You must build in the dark. Let your results make the noise, not your announcements. If they don't know what you are doing, they cannot ruin it. If they don't know where you are going, they cannot dig a hole on the path. But I know this is hard. You crave connection. You want someone to understand what you are going through. So, I am going to give you a specific warning list. There are 3 specific types of people you must absolutely hide this secret from. If you tell them, you will abort the baby of destiny before it is born. The first type is the competitor disguised as a comrade. This person is usually a peer, a co-worker, or a friend who is in the same field as you. They smile when you win, but their eyes don't smile. When you share good news, their first reaction is a micro-expression of disappointment before they cover it up with a congrats. If you tell them this secret, they will subconsciously release jealousy into the atmosphere, which acts like spiritual friction against your momentum. The second type is the devil's advocate. This is often a family member who loves you but operates in fear, not faith. They are logical. If you tell them God is giving you $1 billion idea, they will list 10 reasons why it will fail. They will say, be realistic, or in this economy. They think they are protecting you, but they are actually cursing you. Their words plant seeds of doubt that choke your harvest. You cannot afford their logic right now. You need miracles, not math. But the third type is the most dangerous of all. And this is the one you need to be most careful with. The third type is the closest one with an unhealed wound. This could be a spouse, a best friend, or a parent who feels like life has cheated them. They love you, but your breakthrough triggers their pain. Your rising reminds them of their falling. If you share your explosive blessing with them before it is fully manifest, their unhealed trauma will lash out. They might say something cutting, something dismissive, just to soothe their own pain. And because you love them, their words will cut you deeper than a knife. So, here is the rule. Silence until the seal is broken. Do not speak of the harvest until the grain is in the barn. But, chosen one, there is a problem. You can shut your mouth. You can block the haters. You can hide from the monitoring spirits. But there is one enemy you cannot lock out of your house because he lives inside your head. You can silence the external world, but what do you do about the enemy inside? This brings us to segment 12, the inner saboteur. This is the voice that wakes you up at 3 a.m. It is the voice that says, "Who do you think you are? You are not special. You are a fraud. Remember what you did 10 years ago? God hasn't forgiven that. You are going to get to the top and then fall, and everyone will laugh." This is the imposter syndrome spirit. It is the same spirit that infected the 10 spies in Numbers chapter 13 verse 33. They looked at the promised land, they saw the giants, and they said, "We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." Notice that? They felt small in their own eyes first. The enemy didn't defeat them, their self-perception defeated them. The inner saboteur is actually a protective mechanism gone wrong. It tries to keep you small so you don't get hurt. It tries to lower your expectations so you don't get disappointed. But in this season of "it's gonna happen," that voice is a liability. It is a cancer. If you carry that grasshopper mentality into a giant season, you will self-destruct. You will sabotage the relationship, you will blow the money, you will quit the job just to return to the level of safety you are used to. We cannot let that happen. We have come too far to let your own mind trip you at the finish line. We have dealt with the delay. We have silenced the external spies. Now we must perform the final and most delicate operation. I want you to prepare yourself. I need you to find a place to lie down or sit in a position of total surrender. Uncross your legs. Unclench your hands. We are about to go deep into your subconscious mind. We are about to confront this inner saboteur face to face. We are going to perform a spiritual surgery to cut this tumor of doubt out of your spirit once and for all. Are you ready to lose the weight of that insecurity? Are you ready to finally feel worthy of the crown you are wearing? Let's begin the procedure. Chosen one, shift your focus inward and silence every thought of worry right now. You are not late. You are being positioned. The reason God has kept you in the dark, feeling isolated and confused, was not to punish you. It was to hide you. You have been under a divine gag order because the secret God is about to reveal would have been destroyed by the enemy if it was released one day sooner. But the protection period is over. The silence is broken. God is interrupting your reality to download a truth that will shift not just your bank account, but your entire bloodline. Open your spirit to receive. It is finally happening. Listen to me. You did not click on this video because of an algorithm. You are not here because you were scrolling aimlessly. You have been summoned. There is a spiritual appointment on your calendar that you did not write down, but heaven did. For the last few weeks, you have felt a strange pressure, a feeling that the walls are closing in, a sense that you are waiting for a train that never comes. You have asked God, "Why is it so quiet? Why does it feel like my prayers are hitting a glass ceiling?" I am here to tell you that the ceiling is about to shatter. The Bible says in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." That word, certainly, is your anchor today. The delay was not a denial. The delay was a setup. God has been holding back the waters of your destiny behind a dam, letting the pressure build up, because when He releases it, He wants it to be a flood, not a trickle. But why today? Why now? Why did God wake you up or keep you awake to hear this specific message? There are 3 specific reasons God chose today to reveal this, and the third reason will make you shiver because it confirms everything you have suspected about your life since you were a child. Let's talk about the first reason. It is the logic of your hidden season. You look at your life right now and you see blockage. You see friends who stopped calling. You see opportunities that fell through at the last minute. You feel like you are walking through mud while everyone else is running on pavement. You have cried out, "God, have you forgotten me? Am I being punished?" No, you are not being punished. You are being quarantined. This is the quarantine of protection. Imagine a mother in the wild. When she senses a predator nearby, a wolf or a lion, she does not let her child run free. She grabs the child. She pulls them into a dark cave. She might even cover the child's mouth with her hand to stop them from making a sound. To the child, the darkness feels scary. The hand over the mouth feels like suppression. The child thinks, "My mother is hurting me." But the mother knows the truth. She is not hurting the child. She is hiding the child. She is making the child invisible until the danger passes. That is exactly what God has done to you. The rejection you felt, that was God's hand covering you. The job you lost, that was God pulling you into the cave. The relationship that ended abruptly, that was God making you invisible to the wrong people. Psalm 27 verse 5 says, "For in the day of trouble he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock." You were hidden in the tent. It was dark, yes. It was lonely, yes. But you survived. Close your eyes for a second in your mind. Just imagine a giant, glowing hand lifting off of your life right now. That pressure you felt was protection. But now the hand is lifting. The predator has moved on. The coast is clear. But this begs the question, if you had to be hidden so carefully, if God had to go to such extreme lengths to cover your tracks, who was hunting you? The enemy knows something about you that you don't even know yourself. He has been tracking your bloodline for generations, waiting for the one who would break the cycle, and he identified you. That is why your life has been so hard. That is why you have faced attacks that seem bizarre and unfair. But how do you know for sure that this shift is happening right now? How do you know I am not just saying nice words? Because your body and your spirit have already been telling you. We are going to do a diagnostic right now. I am going to list 3 specific somatic symptoms. These are physical and spiritual signs that the veil is thinning. I want you to mentally check these off. If you have felt these, do not be afraid. It is just your spirit reacting to the shift. Symptom number 1 is unexplained fatigue and heaviness. I'm not talking about being tired from work. I am talking about a deep, heavy exhaustion that sleep does not fix. You wake up tired. You feel like gravity is stronger around you. This is not depression. This is a download. When a computer updates its operating system, it has to slow down. It has to restart. Your spiritual DNA is upgrading to handle the new level of blessing coming your way. Your old energy cannot carry your new assignment. So God is rewiring you. Symptom number 2 is sudden disconnection. In the last 30 days, have you felt a sudden urge to withdraw? People you used to love talking to suddenly feel draining. Conversations feel shallow. You just want to be alone. You thought you were becoming antisocial. No. Isaiah 48 verse 6 says, "From now on, I will tell you of new things, of hidden things unknown to you." You cannot hear the new things if you are still listening to the old voices. God is cutting the cords. He is creating a vacuum of silence so he can speak the secret into your ear. Now, listen carefully. Symptom number 3 is the most important one. If you have this, pay attention. Symptom number 3 is a sense of urgency mixed with anxiety. It is a feeling in your stomach, a fluttering, like something huge is about to happen, but you don't know what it is. It feels like you are forgetting something important. It feels like impending doom, but it is actually impending arrival. It is the sound of the king's chariot approaching your house. The vibration is shaking your spirit before the chariot even arrives. If you have that third symptom, take a deep breath. Stop fighting the feeling. That anxiety is actually your spiritual radar picking up a signal. It is proof that the barrier between you and your destiny is paper thin. It is proof that the veil is dissolving. And right behind that veil is the answer you have been screaming for. But what is it? What is the specific secret God has been hiding behind that curtain? In the next part, I will show you exactly what secret is lying right behind that veil, and why the enemy is terrified that you are about to see it. You have crossed the threshold. The door is sealed behind you. Take a moment to feel the ground beneath your feet in this new timeline. It feels solid, doesn't it? It feels real. You are no longer standing in the land of lack. You are standing in the land of dominion. But before we perform the final sealing prayer to lock this destiny in place forever, we must have a serious conversation about what you are wearing. Look at yourself in the spirit. You are not wearing the rags of a victim anymore. You are wearing a mantle. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1 commands you, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Notice the command, arise. God cannot bless a person who is lying down in self-pity. The glory is heavy. To carry it, you must stand up. You are entering a season of coronation. This brings us to the first major expansion of your understanding, the mandate of influence. Up until now, you have been praying for survival. Lord, just help me pay the rent. Lord, just get me through this week. That was the prayer of a servant. But you are now praying the prayer of a king. God is not just going to give you enough to survive. He is going to give you enough to govern. Why? Because the world is broken, and God needs His chosen ones in positions of power to fix it. He is not raising you up just to make you happy. He is raising you up to make you dangerous to the enemy. Your influence is about to expand into territories you thought were off limits. You will speak, and people will listen. You will enter rooms, and the atmosphere will bow to the Christ in you. This is the mandate of influence. And to support this mandate, God must release resources. This leads us to segment 17, the wealth transfer strategy. You have heard it said that money is the root of all evil. But that is a misquote. The love of money is the root of evil. Money itself is just ammunition. In the hands of a wicked man, it destroys. In the hands of a chosen one, it restores. Scripture gives us a prophetic promise in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. A sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Read that again. It is stored up. That means right now, while you are watching this, there are resources, money, land, contracts, opportunities that are currently in the hands of people who do not know God. They are just holding it. They are the temporary custodians. But the transfer paperwork has been signed in heaven. God is about to take the resources from those who use them for selfishness and transfer them to you, because He knows you will use them for kingdom. He knows you will feed the hungry. He knows you will help your family. He knows you will fund the truth. You are not a hoarder. You are a channel. And because you are a channel, the flow will never stop. Get your mind ready for numbers you have never seen before. Do not be afraid of the zeros. The zeros represent the number of lives you can touch. But And this is the biggest but of this entire message. There is one thing that can cancel this coronation instantly. There is one error that can strip the robe off your back and send you back to the wilderness. We must talk about segment 18, the tragedy of Lot's wife. In Luke chapter 17 verse 32, Jesus gives a 3-word sermon that is terrifying in its simplicity. Remember Lot's wife. Why? What did she do? Did she commit murder? No. Did she steal? No. All she did was look back. The angels were leading her and her family out of Sodom, the place of sin, pain, and trauma. They gave one instruction: run for your lives, do not look back. But as she was running toward her new future, she heard the sound of her old life crumbling. She thought about her house in Sodom. She thought about her friends. She thought about the comfort of the familiar pain. And she turned her head. Instantly, she became a pillar of salt. Frozen, calcified, dead. Why salt? Because salt preserves. She wanted to preserve the past, so she became a monument to it. Listen to me, chosen one. This is your warning. You are addicted to your pain. You have been fighting for so long that you don't know who you are without the battle. Peace feels boring to you. Chaos feels normal. So, as you step into this new timeline of peace and abundance, your flesh is going to crave the drug of your old drama. You will be tempted to call that toxic ex. You will be tempted to check up on the people who betrayed you. You will be tempted to replay the old movies of your trauma. Do not do it. If you look back, you turn back. If you focus on the past, you fossilize. You cannot drive a car forward if you are staring in the rearview mirror. You will crash. God is saying, I am giving you a new life, but you must let the old one burn. Let the bridges burn. Let the old friendships fade. Let the old version of you die. I want you to perform a mental action right now. This is critical. In your mind's eye, I want you to visualize a bridge. On one side is where you are standing now, the side of light, gold, and glory. On the other side is your past, the gray, smoky land of pain and rejection. You are standing on the bridge. Now, look at your hand. You are holding a match. Strike it. See the flame flare up. Drop the match on the bridge. Watch the fire catch. Watch the wood burn. See the bridge collapsing into the canyon below. The connection is severed. There is no way back. You are stranded in the land of God's blessing. You are safe. But now that the bridge is gone, we must secure the land you are standing on. We have the crown. We have the wealth. We have cut the tie to the past. But there is one final step. We must seal this reality so that no thief can break in and steal it. We are about to enter the Holy of Holies for the great sealing prayer. This is the moment everything changes permanently. Are you ready to lock this in? The bridge is burned. The past is behind you. You are standing in the center of God's will. Now, we arrive at the most crucial moment of this entire journey. We must seal this work. Segment 19. The sealing architecture. You might ask, why do we need to seal it? Because in the spiritual realm, an unsealed blessing is a leaking blessing. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 13 speaks of being sealed with the promised Holy Spirit. A seal, in ancient times, was a mark of ownership and protection. When a king sent a scroll, he poured hot wax on it and stamped it with his ring. That seal meant two things. First, this document is authentic. Second, anyone who breaks this seal declares war on the king. We are about to place God's seal over your mind, your finances, your health, and your family. Once this seal is set, you become untouchable. The enemy can look, but he cannot touch. He can bark, but he cannot bite. This seal acts as a spiritual force field. It locks the blessings in and locks the curses out. I need you to get ready. Segment 20 is the ultimate sealing prayer. This is not just me praying times for times you. This is us decreeing times together, asterisk. I want you to agree with every word. If you can speak, speak it. If you are in a quiet place, whisper it. Let your spirit vibrate with these words. The prayer begins. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, I stand with this chosen one right now. We stand on the precipice of a new timeline. Lord, you have seen their tears, you have counted their sorrows, but today we turn the page. I decree and declare that the season of weeping is over. The season of reaping has begun. I seal their mind with the peace that surpasses all understanding. I bind the spirit of anxiety. I bind the spirit of doubt. I bind the inner saboteur, and I cast them into the abyss. They have no place here. I command the ancestral break to be shattered. By the blood of the covenant, I rewrite their DNA. I delete the code of poverty. I delete the code of failure. I install the code of royalty. I seal their finances. I command the north, south, east, and west to give up what belongs to them. I call forth the hidden treasures of secret places. I declare that their pockets shall have holes no more. I seal their relationships. I place a wall of fire around them and their loved ones. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. Any tongue that rises against them in judgment is condemned right now. Matthew 18:18 says, "Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." So I loose the floodgates of heaven. I loose the contracts. I loose the healing. I loose the restoration of rank. It is done. It is established. It is irrevocable. The seal is set. The ink is dry. Amen. Take a deep breath. Feel that. That is the weight of glory settling on your shoulders. You are different now. You are not the same person who clicked on this video, but listen to me, because the next 7 days are critical. This brings us to the final segment, the 7-day protocol. You have just undergone a major spiritual surgery. You are in recovery. Your spirit is tender. For the next 7 days, you must follow this strict diet to ensure the seed takes root. Rule number 1. 0 complaints. For 7 days, do not let one word of complaint leave your mouth. Complaining is like poking a hole in the bag of blessing you just received. If you feel like complaining, praise instead. Rule number 2. The diet of silence. Remember the protocol of silence. Do not run and tell everyone. Let the energy build up inside you. Keep the secret between you and God. Rule number 3. The daily declaration. Every morning when you wake up, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, say these words: I am a chosen one. My time is now. I receive my kingdom rank. If you follow this protocol, you will see the first physical manifestation of this shift within the week. It might be a phone call. It might be a check. It might be a sudden healing. But it is coming. You have the map. You have the keys. You have the seal. The rest is up to you. Walk in it. Own it. Now, to finalize this covenant, I want you to leave your digital signature below. Type the number 777 in the comments. This is God's number of completion. By typing 777, you are physically stamping your agreement on this video. You are telling the universe, I receive this finished work. Type 777 now. Seal it. God bless you, chosen one. I will see you at the top.